Hello, my lovelies. Happy Wednesday. Happy scoping out. So, you've been watching these for a couple weeks. You might be one of the people that is a little bit irritated with me because I keep talking about how to come to this place of compassion and kindness and gratitude and peace when the world is on fire, right? Like, how dare you? How is it that you can do that? I don't want to be at peace. I want to be mad. And the primary context, and this is on me because what I'm dealing with now, that is my practice in coming to peace, is because I am not at peace with the results of the least and his cabinet that's trying to be appointed in this Congress that seems to just rubber stamp every horrible decision and everything else that's going on with what we're seeing in the highest leadership of this country. And I'm triggered by it every single day. So every single day becomes a practice for me about coming back to my peace, about coming to this place of compassion, not just for him, but for his followers and for the United States and for the world. And this place that is different than this visceral, reactionary, angry place, right? And I get it. I do. You guys, I get it. I understand this feedback. I completely understand why it is, first of all, that we're triggered in the first place. Second of all, that we feel like if we are going to change anything, we have to be triggered. We have to be angry. And in a sense, that is true because our practice always comes with something that's uncomfortable. So let's talk about something a little simpler first, right? We've all heard the adage that, we are not just granted patience. We are given opportunities to practice patience. Well, what do those opportunities look like? Those opportunities look like being cut off in traffic. Those opportunities look like that same old argument you've had with your boss for the last 15 years that you've been at this job. The opportunity looks like something that's painful. There's no like golden invitation that comes to you that says, okay, today you're invited, you're going to come and you're going to practice this to put yourself in the right state of mind, get good and peaceful, and then we're going to work on this. It's not how it works. So the trigger is important. That visceral response is important. Anger is important. What is not important, what is not helpful, is staying in that place. We tend to think that we have to stay angry if we're going to continue to work on something. In my case, it's this election. For you, it might be healing from your divorce. For you, it might be dealing with a soul-sucking job. It doesn't even have to be something. I just keep talking about this because I use my own personal work as an example to show you that everybody has their work to do, even the people who teach this stuff, right? That's the only reason why I talk about this example, but it could be anything that's triggering you in your day-to-day life. The thing is every single time you're triggered, your opportunity is to check in with yourself and make sure you're not losing yourself. That's why the title of this scope is two separate words, yourself. That piece of you that acts on purpose, with purpose, so that you can find your passion and do your best work in this world, right? That self, that part of you that is God spark, universe spark, whatever that is, soul, whatever you call it, that is not engaged when you're staying in your angry place. Who you really are gets put on the back seat. While this physical ego self, while this limited mind is out here wrestling with the world and getting all angry, that limited mind is clouding who you really are. And when you cloud who you really are, when you cloud that expansive mind, that connected mind, you're no longer acting in that place of purpose and passion and delivery of best self, of highest work, right? Take me, for example, life coach, right? Okay, so as a life coach, my job is to make sure I am creating a safe space for people to deal with some of their darkest and ickiest stuff that's hardest for them to admit about themselves, to work through that and come to peace and joy and find their purpose and find their passion and live in accordance with their highest self, their expansive mind, this connected thing, right? How can I do that if I'm not doing it myself? How can I do that if I'm in this reactionary, angry place about anything in my life? Because let me tell you, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. It leaks over. Your patterns are your patterns are your patterns. So if you think you're compartmentalizing your anger about your ex-husband, and you're not transferring that to your relationship with your children, who happen to look like him and talk like him and have some of his mannerisms and are actually excited about his new girlfriend. If you think you can compartmentalize those two things, you're fooling yourself. You cannot. That is not the way it works. The Dalai Lama said, or no, it wasn't the Dalai Lama, it was Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. That isn't about this external effort. Listen, we all think we're doing good by being out there and protesting, and we are. I'm there. I'm on the streets with you. I'm protesting with you. I'm signing the petitions, and I'm writing the letters, and I'm making the phone calls. So I'm there. I'm not talking you out of action. But I'm saying we think that is being the change. No, you're doing things to affect change. Being the change is who you are in here. Okay? So if you are out there fighting for peace, but you are not peace within yourself, you cannot model the message. You cannot deliver the message. You cannot be the thing that someone else who isn't peaceful goes, I want me some of that. How do I get me some of that? Right? They're looking at you going, oh yeah, tolerant my ass. You're a freaking wreck. Right? We're not creating the thing we want in the world if we can't create it in ourselves. We're not creating peace when we are not peace. We are not creating joy when we are not joy. We are not creating togetherness when we aren't together. Right? So you can be mad at me all you want. But let me tell you, being mad at me, being mad at your ex, being mad at the least as president, those things are not going to help you be your best. Look at it this way. Let's say you have found your passion. Okay, let's say that you know exactly what you're supposed to do in life. I'm one of those lucky ones. How are you able to focus on what you were meant to do? Maybe you're a teacher. How are you able to focus this loving, divine attention on your classroom when you've got this tape rolling in the back about how screwed we are, about how hopeless things are, about how people just don't get it, the world is against you, why don't we value education, right? Those thoughts that you hold create a pattern of behavior in you that you will bring to the thing you're meant to do. The best thing you can do for whatever it is you're working, whatever avenue it is you're working in, the best thing you can do is to come to peace in yourself. And the only way you can come to peace in yourself is to finding a way to be at peace with the thing you're trying to change. Sounds counterintuitive, but it's not. I can be at peace about our president right now. And that is my practice. The moment I feel myself getting triggered around him is the moment I come into my practice, right? You've seen the videos. You can go to past videos and see exactly how that's done. But that is my practice. I can be at peace around that. And guess what that does? That not only makes me better at my job, it gives me more time, more energy, more attention and bandwidth to write those letters, make those phone calls, more time to allow somebody who I know in my life feel heard and understood even though we don't agree. More energy for me to be that thing that they might want to emulate at some point. Ooh, I want me some of that. Right? That's what that does for me. And that's what can happen for you. And the thing is when you use that practice, you are not only finding yourself, that expansive mind, that soul spark, that thing inside of you that makes you wonderful. You're not only finding that, but you are fueling that. And you are becoming better and better at everything you're meant to do in this world when you do that. So if you can flip that lens to life is horrible, it's awful, the world's on fire, to this is all profound practice at being better. This is all profound practice at being stronger, at being more compassionate, at being more kind. It's hard, it's exhausting, sure. But at the end of the day, when you can be those things that you choose to be, then you haven't lost anything. When you can be those things that you choose to be, then you keep your power. You're not giving your power, in my case, to our president, right? In your case, it might be to your ex or your boss. You're not giving your power away when you refuse to let them have those pieces of you, right? I always say, he might have got the car and the dog. Don't let him get the best of you too. Speaking about an ex, but for me, it's the president, right? You can stay more present and more powerful with this idea that this is a practice than you can by wearing yourself out, by digging in and being the exact thing that you're railing against. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. All right, I'm at my time limit here, so I'm going to let you go with that thought. Homework is to practice every time. Remember, the golden invitation doesn't come, hey, we're going to practice compassion today. Are you ready? It doesn't happen. So when you're triggered, understand that is your golden invitation. That is your chance. You screw it up, don't get angry on yourself, at yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be angry at yourself. Then you get to practice compassion with yourself, right? Then you get to say, who do I really want to be? And how do I express that in this moment? Good luck to you. Let me know how you're doing. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you're coming to my blog. March's Fail to Win class is coming up. You can pre-order the book that's coming out. Oh my God, so many good things. Come to the website. I love you guys. Take good care of yourselves. Goodbye, my lovelies. Be compassionate. Be peaceful. Be the thing you